This is 5.3, lesson 1, and for this lesson we are going to graph and identify special case solutions. So the three types of solutions for systems of equations, we can have a one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. So this first one, we are going to solve by graphing. So for our first equation, y equals negative 2x plus 1, our m is going to be negative 2 over 1, and our b is going to be positive 1. So whenever we graph this, we're going to begin our graph at positive 1. We're going to go down 2, and we're going to go right 1 to draw our new point. We're going to continue this pattern for our whole graph. We're going to go up to left 1 to go the opposite direction. And then we can go ahead and draw our line. Our second equation, our m is going to be negative 2 over 1. And our b is negative 1. So for this one, we're going to begin our graph at negative 1, and we're going to go down 2, right 1, and we will continue that pattern throughout our entire graph. So we'll go up 2, left 1, to go the opposite direction. And what we noticed here was that there was not a single point within these two lines that intersected. So our first question is, what is the solution to the system? Where do the equations intersect? And in this case, they don't intersect, so this is a no solution. So without graphing, how could we have told this? Well, when we go back up and we look at our equations, we see that they have the same slope, but the different y-intercept. The same way our equations did, when the number in front of x was the same, but our constant was different, it was a no solution. So we'll say slope is the same, different y-intercept. Okay. For our second one, whenever we graph this, our m is negative 1 over 2, and our b is 2. So that whenever we graph this, we're going to start at positive 2. We're going to go down 1, right 2, and draw a point. We'll continue to do the same thing throughout the entire graph. We'll go up 1, left 2 to go the opposite direction. And then we'll draw our line. Our second equation is not ready to graph. We need it to be in the y equals mx plus b form. So we're going to change that. We're going to start by subtracting 2x on both sides. So that we get 4y equals negative 2x plus 8. And then we're going to divide everything by 4. So we have y equals negative 2 over 4 simplifies to negative 1/2 x plus 8 divided by 4 is 2. So now with our equation, we see that our m is negative 1/2 and our b is 2. So for this graph, we're going to start at 2, which is where we started for the first equation. We go down 1, right 2, which is also the same as the first equation. So what I want you to notice is that we end up getting the exact same line for both of our equations. So when you flip it over, it says, what is the solution to this system? This is an infinite solution. Okay, so without graphing, how could we tell that it was an infinite solution? Okay, well, if we go back, we see that we have the exact same slope and the exact same y-intercept. Our equations, once we got them in the y equals mx plus b form, were exactly the same. So we had the same slope, same y-intercept. And then our third one here, our first equation, our m is 1/2 and our b is 2. So we're going to begin our graph at 2 and we're going to go up 1 and right 2. And again, we'll continue this pattern. We'll go down 1, left 2, to go the opposite direction, and draw our line. For our second equation, our slope is -3/1, and our b is -5. So this one we're going to begin at -5. And we're going to go down 3, right 1. Then we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to go up 3, left 1, up 3, left 1. We see we intersect right there. So when it asks us what is our solution, where do they intersect? Our solution is this point, which is -2, 1. So at the bottom, let's review, okay, how to spot solutions quickly. So if there's different slopes, which is like what we had here, we had a slope of 1/2 and a slope of -3. When we have different slopes, that is a 1 solution. If they have the same slope but different y-intercept, that is a no solution. And if they have the same slope and the same y-intercept, that is infinite solutions.